Welcome to this video wherein I talk about parenting 101. Just kidding. Okay, I don't want this video to sound like I am giving unsolicited parenting advice because the truth is I don't give unsolicited parenting advice. So you can think of this video as work from home tips for parents like me. Yes. But even though you're not a parent and you're watching this video, or even though you're not a parent yet, or you don't have plans of being a parent, then that's okay for sure. This video will still help you, especially when you are taking care of someone at home. Probably not your kids, but maybe an elderly, or maybe your pets, your nieces or your nephews, or anyone in your house that depends on you while you are working from home. So let's move on. Now, my first tip as a parent is to embrace the lifestyle of a work from home parent. Now, you have to accept the fact that you will be working at home with your kids because that is the only way to go. If you keep thinking that you hate working from home with your kids, then I assure you, you will hate it every single day. So the idea is that if you have this mindset that, okay, I'm going to work from home, my kids are there, everybody's there, then it will be easier for you to accept that this is the new normal that you have to live with, especially when you are just left with no choice because of the current situation that you have to work from home. At some point, you have to accept that there will be distractions. And I'm saying this in the most loving way possible because as much as we love our kids, our children, then yes, they do bother us from time to time, especially when we are working. But that's okay because that is where we have to create systems and routines and balance our schedule so that we can still be productive even though we are parenting at home. Well, then you may be asking, who is this girl giving parenting tips or work from home tips for parents online? Well, I have been a parent for 9 years now, believe it or not. My son, my only child, just turned 9 last April 8th. And I've been working from home since he was 4 years old, going to 5 years old. So even though I am not the best parent in the world, I'm far from perfect, I think that somehow I have mastered the struggles, the ins and outs of being a work from home parent. And I believe that mindset plays a huge part in our survival, not just during these uncertain times, but in our day-to-day life. So really, for me, the best thing to do is to adapt and embrace the new normal. In fact, I have partnered with 𝙈𝙐𝙎𝙄𝘾. It's a BPO company that I believe is embracing the new normal. Not only that, 𝙈𝙐𝙎𝙄𝘾 also provides job stability and security by providing you with fair compensation and benefits as well as investing in your learning and development so that you'll be successful in your career. And even though you're not a parent yet, you will still be able to apply for different opportunities. Obviously, this is for every Filipino living in the Philippines. So if you want to be part of our talent pool or be updated when we have future job opportunities, go ahead and check out the description box below. I will leave the link on how you can sign up for future job opportunities. My tip number 2 is to create your routine based on your children's schedule. Okay, this will be different for each parent because, of course, it will be even more challenging if your kids are below 6 years old, you know, the toddlerhood stage wherein your kids will cling to you like there's no tomorrow. So working from home is definitely going to be challenging for parents of toddlers who are active the entire day. But know that this is one of the sacrifices that you'll have to endure. But good news, your kids, all your children will grow up one day. So you will not be stuck with taking care of toddlers all your life, unless that's the kind of thing that you want to do, right? At this point, my son is a bit older. He's already 9 years old, so he understands that mom needs to work, that mom needs to film this video, so he has to be outside, you know, things like that. So I have the luxury of time to create a routine that I like that would also fit his schedule while he's stuck at home with me because schools are out. So it's much better as your kids grow. Involve your kids in your day-to-day routine. But if you have a baby or a toddler, you'll also have to be up when they're up so you can be there for them, but you can get some work done while you are with them. You can set up a PlayStation, and I mean play area, not the PlayStation, wherein you can still see your kids while they're playing and then you're getting some work done, right? That's possible. To be honest, there's really no easy way around it. You really just have to do it and deal with it and be at peace with the fact that it's going to be better soon. When your kids sleep, then get some sleep too, or rest. Maybe do some things for yourself, and if not, you can also sleep while they are sleeping, so that when they're up, you'll also be ready to attend to them or take care of them while doing another set of work done for your client or for your employer. Perhaps you can also look for a new job that allows for a more flexible schedule that you can work around so that you can still take care of your kids while you are working. If you're currently employed and you're just forced to work from home, then for sure your employer will understand that you also need to parent a child. So maybe you will be given a bit of a flexible schedule or a schedule that fits your parenting time at home. Now, in my case, I mentioned earlier, I started working from home when my son was 4, turning 5. The only thing that made him sit still and steady was, no judgment, YouTube. This same YouTube where I am now. Actually, even though I was still working in an office, YouTube played a huge part in my parenting style, because when I would be so sleepy that I really just need to doze off, I would just make sure that my son is beside me in the room, and then I would let him watch a couple of YouTube videos and make sure that he would only watch those videos that are supposed to be for kids. So in that case, I had my much needed rest and sleep, and then when I woke up, I would be more energized to take care of my son. I know a lot of parents, or maybe you, will not agree, but to me, I mean, go ahead, consider giving your son or daughter a screen time from time to time if that means that you will get some work done and then your kid will sit still and steady. You know, it's a win-win situation. You just have to make sure that you're constantly looking at what your kid is watching. And to be honest, my son actually learned most of his alphabet, colors, shapes, nursery rhymes, and everything from YouTube. YouTube was basically his nursery school, and I'm giving credit where credit is due. My tip number 3 is to communicate with your entire family that you are working a real job from home. When you don't tell your family that you're actually working, then expect for them to bother you every single time. Now, in my case, even though my kid is already a bit older, he still bothers me from time to time when I'm working. But you know what? It's okay. I have learned through the years that I also need to be flexible. And that is also one tip that I want to provide you, that in order for you to have a more harmonious flow of things in your house, you have to be flexible with your schedule as well. So even though you have a routine, you have systems, it helps when you still create a safe environment for your kid, wherein your kid can still freely go to you when needed, especially when there are emergencies. I remember one time when my son was younger and I asked him, "Did you already eat?" And he said, "No, I did not eat yet, but you should have told me." And then he said, "I don't want to bother you because you're working." And so from then on, I told him that, you know what, even though I'm working, bother me all you can if you need to. because that is okay with me. Even though I'm working, it's okay for me, for my son to bother me at any time. And then I will just have to adjust to it. And that is because the main reason I started working from home is because I want to spend more time with my kid. So back in 2016, when my son was about 4 years old, he told me that, "Mom, why are you going to work? It's already nighttime." And then I told myself, you know what? Once I resign from this job, my corporate job, I will do my best to look for a job that I can do from home. Any job, as long as I can be with my son. So that's precisely the reason that I started working from home, and I don't want to defeat the purpose of that. Ever since that happened, and every time my son would knock on my door or would just go directly to my home office because he needs something, I would just tell him, for example, if I'm in the middle of something really important and his concern is not urgent, I would just tell him, please give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes to finish this, and then I'll be right there with you after. It's just as simple as that. Just give expectations to your kid or your kids. And obviously, again, this will not work if you have toddlers who do not understand what you're doing yet. But if that happens, then just have to deal with it. Especially if you are taking care of your kids alone. But if you do have some help around the house, then you may want to set expectations first and let them know, your family know, that you're working, so that they can also take care of your kid, or you can take turns taking of your kid or your kids, things like that. We just have to balance everything. Now, if my son comes to my office for something urgent, and when I say urgent, to me it means he's really hungry, or he finds something that is an emergency or a risk or danger to him, no matter what that is. If I feel that to him it's a danger or a risk, then by all means I will stop what I'm doing, whatever it is, and I'd be there for my son, because that's just how we are as parents. And for sure, your employer, your client will understand. My tip number 4 is to let go of the small things. Don't sweat it. I used to get so stressed whenever I see dishes piling up, laundry hasn't been done in a month or so, the living room is so messy when I wake up. Sometimes I still get stressed until now, but I have learned to let the small things go. The laundry can wait, the dishes can wait. Sometimes you just have to get some work done, take care of the kids, and then get back to your household chores whenever you can. Know that things will not be perfect, and know that your video conference calls with your employer or your client will sometimes be a mess with toddlers, walking around. If you remember the BBC interview, right? Yes, that can happen. And it happened to me before, but it was an audio call with my client, and he just laughed. It's okay. We are living in uncertain times, and we all need understanding and patience and kindness. My last tip is ask for help. Your family will never know how to help you sometimes if you don't ask for help. Sometimes you really just have to verbalize what you need for them to do. Teamwork makes the dream work. And if you're living with your partner, your husband, your wife, then know that you should not be doing all this parenting and working alone. When you're working, maybe your partner can take care of your kid or the kids, and vice versa. When you're not working, you're going to be the one to take care of the kids. Just work together to make sure that everything is smooth in the house, which doesn't really happen all the time. If you're a solo parent, my heart is with you. I'm sure you can do that, and you also have the opportunity to ask for help whenever you need to. Remember, you can do anything, but you cannot do everything. So involve your kids, involve your family, assign age-appropriate tasks, and do things together, so that, the more the merrier. And there you have it. I hope this video helped you. If you like this content, then don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below if you have any questions or topic suggestions. And share this with anyone who can benefit as well. So I'll see you again on my next video. Take care and stay safe. Bye!